Hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? I have been a little bit under the weather, and I am still under the weather. I don't know what it is that got a horse to me, as my grandma would say, because for the simple fact that I went to the doctor, no COVID, no flu, but I'm stuffy and coughing. And I went to the doctor last week. So between me doctoring on my babies and doctoring on myself, it's just been a whirlwind. But what I'm going to try to do is get 9, 10, and 9, 10, and 11 of the Real Housewives of Potomac right quick. I'm just going to do a quick overview of every episode, all 3 of those episodes. I know you all already had a jump off, but you don't have mine. So let me get right on into it. So the episode opens up, that episode 9 opens up with Gizelle still at her party for the 10 million downloads. And they actually were still going at it about Stacy and Chris. So the walrus, and I don't know who started calling her the walrus first, because I didn't give her. I want to give them the shout out and the credit, but it could have been me. Hell, I don't know, because she really looks like a walrus, Sharice. So she calls Chris his goofy ass, and he does tell the truth. He says that he don't even know what the hell they talking about. Even though Sharice tried to give Cookie all her little credit and glory. Now, mind you, Chris don't have nothing for Sharice, right? It might have been Monique that started calling her a walrus. Or hell, it could have been Candace. But anyway, I know I didn't start it. Or maybe, I don't know. But anyway, Gizelle says that you can't trust Stacy around anybody. You can't trust Stacy around men or children, as if Stacy is some kind of pedophile. Child, Gizelle. Wow. That's all I had to say. But no one still believes Stacy, even after he says what he says. Excuse me. So finally, Wale gives Ashley some attention. She really wanted that. And Gizelle gets everything else popping because she decides that she's gonna let Angel confront Wendy. Wendy's like, this is a one-sided beef. I'm not the one who said the stuff about the catfish. And then Gizelle goes on to say, I said it. I made the catfish comment. And then still, Angel is all over Wendy. Now, when I tell you that I don't want Wendy to take those waves out her hair, and she goes on to the next episode and put those ugly ass braids in her hair. Baby, when I tell you wrong road, stick with the short hair and the waves. Not because Wendy looks good, okay? But the hair for me is the waves. I mean, she looks so beautiful with the short hair. Keep out the even long wigs, honey, because the short hair is you all day. Angel is caught up in unnecessary beefs, okay? And it's just not really a good look. Okay. So Stacy is discombobulated, and she just says, I'm gonna leave. And so why does this girl run to the damn elevator with Stacy? Stacy's already leaving, and Gizelle's punching the button like, okay. And then Jassy walks up to Stacy, and she's like, I can't believe all these bad things about my girl. You know, I'm gonna go see what's going on with her. And Gizelle steady pressing the button. Jazzy should go after her. And Angel, and she does what she does best and runs tail bopping. So the next scene, Stacy is finally at relief and with peace. And she's with her Caucasian dramatic Timu. Isn't that what Timo is stationed at? Ain't they off up in Germany somewhere? I don't know. Anyway, overseas. But she's much more at peace with her family. And I'm glad for that, for Stacy. I'm glad they gave her a scene with her family, because so she can, just get away from all these accusations. Oh, and one more thing that Sharice told that story about them being out and Stacy not caring if the men were married, and she called her a trick. Again, you guys were together. What were you doing? You probably was clamoring for the attention of married men yourself, honey. Because you do seem to be a little desperate. At least Stacy is back with her old man, I guess. So when we have one-on-one time with Ashley, we meet with Sheila in her wig, and we find out that Sheila's working herself to the bone, where she's coughing up blood a little bit. And, the same usual. I guess now she's working. I guess she's trying to pay the house note to keep them from being under the bridge again. But Uncle Lump says that Sheila has to live her own life, and she does. I guess as long as she's out of your pockets, don't worry about it. So Stacy, Jazzy, and Wendy have a little get together at Jazzy's apartment, and they have a nice little spread. And Stacy just wants to remind them of how she's just being mistreated in the group. They're not clear on. Well, Jazzy says that she's choosing to believe the best in Stacy, and so is Wendy. So everybody else is at Angel's house, and they also have a nice little spread, honey. But these Potomac ladies don't do the food right. But luckily, they have a nice spread at this one. And it's so weird how they're over there bonding over Stacy being the problem. Angel, Tia, Giselle, Ashley, and Kay. Wow. I hadn't ever seen anything like this. Even when they piled on Wendy, it still seemed like it's at some point. I guess it didn't seem to me that when they were piling on Wendy, it wasn't like this whole weird drumming up, strange, unrelated to the show beef. It's just foolishness. Whew, this show right here. And so Stacy's on their side, and she's like, when it comes to me, Stacy, K-pop's my face, my business, my brain, my clarity, and your brain clouder than a motherfucker. Yeah. Did y'all see that type shit all up in Kay's face? A beautiful woman otherwise, it's just looking demonic. So you bringing a divorced Monique to a get together about Stacy and a divorced Chris. Ashley, dum-dum. You got too much head to be this stupid and airheaded. Monique has already told you she don't get two shakes of a rattlesnake's ass about this whole situation. But you trying to drum up beef between them. Child, I can't with this lady. So all the beautiful people to get together, get together and they talk about a condo and a ring. And I'm talking about Kay's family and how Greg has manipulated her into believing the condo is just as important as the ring. It is not to her, since she wants a ring with some clarity. But remember, she don't care as long as she get a ring. But she dissing Stacy Cloud ring. Yeah, like Stacy said, it's better than no ring. Hello. So this is the episode that I tweeted about. Yeah, it's been that long. See, there go that cough. And so it's really hard to talk when you have a cough, you know? And so when Wendy gets with Sissy and Mom and she gets to talk about how she spends Wendy's money. Yeah. Ain't that something? I get to spend all of the money. Just like Wendy is balling. And see, this is a part of Wendy's problem. That's why she's in the trouble she's in now. She's saying that because the girls are successful, it's on her because she raised them. But now she feels like Wendy owes her something because of Wendy's success. And this is a part of Wendy's problem because I think she also was overcompensating, taking care of her mother, trying to take care of the family, her own family, and then not really saying to her mama, I don't have it like that, sis. Like you think I do, because I have a doctorate behind my name. And Eddie has a jurisprudence behind his. So Monique meets with Kay and Ashley. And Ashley and Kay are trying to get some things straight with Monique, who shouldn't really just be in this conversation in any way. No one should care about this, but let's do it. So Monique lets them know, I don't know who's lying. Stacy could have very well called Chris and told Chris what I said about me feeling like a piece of meat and not being loved properly. Or Cookie could have made it up because she's also a liar. Stacy is a liar, true enough. Even in this episode, I do not believe that Stacy called Chris like Cookie said, because Cookie just wants to make Stacy out to be a villain, and they don't just need to bring Cookie back on this show. How about that? Period. So Stacy comes to the dinner, but she don't feel safe and comfortable around Kay. Well, I can see that. She does get a little rah-rah when she's around, and Stacy is adamant that she did not call Chris and talk about the conversation. Anybody in that group could have called Chris. Monique's only issue is she don't want any more drama between her and Chris because they've already been dealing with the issues of co-parenting. And apparently, according to Monique, it's not smooth. So why even add these little additional minute problems that shouldn't be there anyway? Because hopefully, thankfully, they're both dating. And they don't need to be worrying about each other's dating lives. This shouldn't even be crossing up in the show or even in their real lives. They are divorced. So Monique is like, well, we're going to find out who the liar is. And it doesn't matter because, I've been there, done that. And Stacy shows her the picture she took of, her and the daughter, and Chris talking about how beautiful the pictures were. And she said she didn't respond. So who cares? This is what I'm trying to get at. And Ashley is just sitting there, just pushing the narrative. Girl, go get something else to do. You, Uncle Lumpy, and Sheila, and the rest of y'all, go find something to do. Cause this show ain't it. Demote. You know, I like the way Wendy looks so pretty in that doggone butterfly stuff. But, you know, I like the way she's breaking it down like Clue. Yeah, like maybe it was Angel by proxy through Bobby. I mean, the list can go on and on as to who could have called big headed, formerly big body Chris. Maybe Giselle, who's cool with maybe King. Ooh, she top heavy just like Mabel King. From what's happening. If you know, you know. Because the closest in the group to Mabel King, aka Cookie, Big Cookie, is Giselle. And we can't leave out Stacy, because Stacy is the linest person that ever walked the Potomac housewife streets. I'm being facetious. So even though Stacy shows proof that she hasn't been contacting Chris, Ashley comes up with another bright idea. Well, you do have his number. All right, Inspector Gadget. And everybody knows how text messages work. She could have deleted her answers. Ooh. All that knowledge that could go into that forehead, and it's still so very empty. Hot air balloon. Head. Ask Ashley. One more time. No one cares. Hey, Arnold. And Kiana is probably telling Cookie. Anyway, next. Let's get on to episode 10. No raisins in the potato salad. Yeah, Ashley didn't know it was a black national anthem. Ashley is about as black as the inside of my hand. And so since Tia is this awesome opera singer, she just like, I don't know the words to the black national anthem, but I'm going to learn the words. Now we all know why Stacy wasn't at the event, right? Because she tooted the old girl right on up at her event. So she was like, I'm not inviting Stacy to my events either. So Stacy hangs out with Jossie. So the anti-Stacy brigade goes along as it's planned to, and Ashley reminds Jossie that the only reason why she went to the wedding in the first place was because everybody else went. Isn't that why most people go to weddings? Shit, I done been to a couple by myself. I have indeed. But I don't like to. So in Angel's world, we're going to all get together. We're going to all get together and be all right. Be all right. Be all right. Be all right. And then Wendy's like, yeah, right. And I'm going to tell you something about Miss Angel here. Miss Angel is used to being a wag. Maybe a top-notch wag, because her husband played in the NFL for 10 years when he started or whatnot. So it is a hierarchy, but we have a hierarchy on this show. And Big Sister Gorgeous one, aka Giselle, is the top-notch hoe on him. So it's gonna be hard for you to infiltrate the light skins. So the word on the street is that Angel has been evicted and she got to get her shit and get the hell up out the house. Now, only Ashley, Big Head, Hey Arnold Darby, would go to, she must be poor. I'm gonna tell you something something from a content creator that no other content creator has said that I know of, the ones that I watch. Arnold Darby. Hey, Arnold Darby. I call her Angel Darby. Hey, Arnold. She likes to see people struggle, and she likes to see people do worse than she's doing. And that's her problem. All that knowledge that should be up in that big head, and it ain't nothing but a pea-sized brain in there. Well, it's time to dip on back down to Colorado. And see, the thing about it is, we're actually talking about this woman being poor as well. Girl, like Angel said in her little thread rant, even if I am poor is a state of mind, and nobody's state of mind is as poor as yours, bitch. Miss Tent Girl. Remember, you are the one who used that little Caucasian boy and brought him on this doggone episode of this show just to tell him that you don't want him no more because he ain't have finance. No romance without finance, honey. So now they got to get together and talk about how Angel is evicted and she didn't rent the house long enough because she just wanted to rent the house for the show. And Giselle, you remember your $900,000 tear down? Gone, girl. Angel, Kay ain't your friend, girl. I know y'all been friends for 20 years. Surface. So we don't even have to put the furniture in storage because hell, the house was pre-furnished. Shout out to Mia. Mia, you see, this is how you leave people's stuff in their house. The pre-furnished houses. You don't take the furniture with you. It ain't yours. So Tia is right in front of you. She could sell you some property. No, I don't want to buy anything from Tia. No, somebody on the show. No, I got to get me a high-end realtor. Well, we used to move anyway. Hey, my man's an NFL man. We just might have to move to the Denver Broncos from down to the Denver Broncos, right on down to the San Diego Chargers. So, hey, we used to do it. I'm a wag. We get it. You know what? Speaking of wags, I wonder what them Diggs boys be doing. Do they be moving like that? Because they are, making the children all over the United States. Was not. And Trayvon did just get kicked up off the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just saying. This might be giving us a little insight into the wag lifestyle. Oh boy. Now I got to call Big Sister Gorgeous one and clue her in onto what's going on with Angel. Because, baby, we got to drag Angel. I'm Big Sister Gorgeous one, so I got to initiate all the initiates and what's not. Here go Wendy with all these strange looking braids. Well, Cameron's a little Wendy. They just girls cute as pie. Hair full of them her mamas on this episode. Oh snap, we got to talk about those invoices. Wendy! They call her Miss Wendy. She got that 4 for 4. Maybe Wendy should have been eating those 4 for 4s instead of, buying $100,000 furniture and whatnot. Girl, it's not looking good for you on these episodes. So I'm trying to mend things with my peepaw. So seeing as I'm trying to mend things with my peepaw, the best person to ask about mending things with family is Eddie, because Eddie tried to make amends with his other side of the family. So I can do it too. Punchinella. What Giselle and I are going to do, we're going to get together and do a potluck type family get together. So now it's time for Stacy and Kay to get together. And so seeing as how Michelle Obama say when they go low, we go high. So I'm going to go high. I'm going to take me a gummy and go high. I know that's right, girl. Because Kay's a lot this season. Especially since you ordered that cheese type thing, Bacardi, or whatever the hell it is, and she's thinking to herself, oh, didn't I tell you I was allergic to cheese? Bitch, can you be around cheese at all? Because my little girl's allergic to dogs and cockroaches, so she can't be around either one of those things. That's an average. Or do you have stomach problems after you eat cheese? Like, the IBS and whatnot. So that's different. I'm so curious as to what Stacey has done with Kay. I'm lost. Can somebody explain that to me? So Kay tried to throw out there that Stacey implies that she's violent. You the one always talking about how you can get that way, how you can get it up anytime you get ready to. So, one can only assume. So, let's all get along. Since how we got a lot in common. We have brands. I'm back with my husband. I heard you married Greg. You can't say shit. He's a husband, okay? Hell no. So they peacefully cheers with Stacey having a lot of drink left and Kay having a little bit of drink left. She act like she really didn't want to cheers, but hey, that's Kay for you. So now it's time for the three flipping bitches to get together. Wendy, Ashley, and Giselle. And what do they decide to talk about? Nothing other than Angel's financial problems. Wendy, you should have sat this one out. Girl, we heard you got evicted, girl. Well, the word on the street is she did get evicted. I talked to one of my realtor friends, and she said that's what happened. She said that she wanted the house for $50,000 a month, but she didn't want to pay that much. She wanted to look like she was paying $50,000 a month when she only wanted to pay $5,000. Boy, Angel, you wasn't ready. And when I tell you that Bunyan Toes and Book Sister Gorgeous one was so lovely to behold, was having a fit and enjoying all of this. I'm with Angel on this one. Why is the three bitches that got the least? Much less than I do, of course. Reveling in my misfortune. The misfortune that I really don't have, I'm just moving because, I misjudged the amount of time that I needed to be filming for the show. And Wendy's sitting up there talking about Stacey's potato salad. She gonna bring a half-eaten box of chicken. Now Wendy ought to be damn ashamed of herself. That ain't how you do chicken at a damn potluck. Maybe she was just cutting the cost on the chicken because she knew she had run up that $100,000 bill on them renovations at her house. And we don't say nothing. You could have got some real chicken for that. So goofy ass Ashley brings catfish. You know why she brings catfish? Because Angel don't look the same in her photo. So she feels like she has catfished the group. If y'all don't get this big head muff off the show with her bullshit. Somebody said, I don't remember who it was, so it was another content creator. So whoever it was, shout out to you. That Kay looked like a drug dealer girlfriend. And I have to agree. The way she pulled up at the damn potluck thingy, horseback riding potluck. Y'all, Sharice is there. And Sharice's son, Bob. We about to get to this. And Stacey brings her potato salad and Timu. Charlie, wasn't nothing wrong with that potato salad. That's how I make my, that look like by how I make my potato salad. Look like she had a little paprika in there. Taters. That's good. Black pepper, salt, a little bit of yarn, garlic, a little bit of garlic, and an egg. And salad dressing. Hell, it ain't much to potato salad. It's potato salad. As long as you don't put raisins in it. We good. Now, Angel is on her way, but she's very, very late. So they call her. And oh boy said, hell, we get there when we get there. I know that's right, Mr. Angel husband. And I was like, he's aggressive. So this season, these batches, I don't know why they zeroed in on Angel. Okay? Because Tia hadn't been initiated yet. But why they zeroed in on Angel to pick on, I don't know. But Stacey is a sophomore. I'm not sure about Stacey either. What's the issue with her? I mean, well, the pile-ups and the gang-ups and whatnot. I said, oh, if you know me, you know I hate a goddamn gang-up. With that bumped up ass catfish that you bought, Ashley, I know you ain't asking to see no seasonings. Catfish looked like it was fried in flour. And you know how a good Mississippian hate catfish fried in flour. If you know, you know. Batter. We like batter fish down to the at the Captain. But you better not bring no damn cornmeal. Cornmeal and fish fry mixed together. So I do mine. Because cornmeal don't have no seasonings in it. But fish fry already have seasoning in it. Sometimes you gotta take shortcuts. But I know damn well, I know this Caucasian child right here ain't talking about no catfish, because I know damn well she didn't cook that. It was dark skin at that. And if anything I hate is dark skin fish. I'm like Sakia's. I like my fish fried hard, but it better be light skinned and golden brown crunchy. You know what I'm saying? That fish was mine. So we passing out the wins for the food, and Jazz won for the mac and cheese. That dry ass mac and cheese. So that food must have been terrible. I know who didn't win. I know you weren't finna win for that damn bucket of Popeye you brought while you up here judging food. But yeah, that mac and cheese look dry as hell. I'm sorry, Jesse. So Ashley did win some for that bumped up catfish. Y'all trying to be funny. That's what it was. And then they zoom in on poor Angel. Well, Angel, you should have said that down to Party. See, that you're a confessional gangster, and that's what I don't like telling myself. We out here rented space, and y'all showing up with Popeyes and stitch. How dare you? Cause take that catfish ship. Girl, bye. You had to get down and dirty with them in the events. That's how these shows work. So Eddie, he decided that he wanted to say y'all was tardy for the party. Tardy for the party. And so that was all up in the little insurance fraud, because Wendy wants a new ring. Talking about somebody don't need a new ring. So Cam is exactly like her mother. She had to get over there and tell Stacey and Timu and Arabella that she has 4 phones. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. She has more phones than the dude who had the one who said he had 2 phones. He had one for his main hoe and one for his side chick. She had more phones than him. So Wendy just came right out and told Angela, because they get to talking about her eviction and whatever it was. And we moved out the house. We was supposed to be out the house by January the 12th, but we left in June the 12th. And this, that, and the 3rd, and nobody could get the dates right. Shout out to Angel. And then Wendy said, girl, excuse me, you got evicted, girl. I'm just going to come out and tell you. Wendy! No! I keep telling you to sit some of them out. And then at the end of the episode, Angel just came out and said it. Hell, I really don't know. And then they all looking at each other like, what? Chabba, you know damn well. None of y'all can talk about this later. So, finally Kiana said something. But nothing at all, because she really says it in a confessional. Leave my girl alone. Hey, it's too late, because it's time to come back to the episode. Yeah, we're moving on to episode 12. And it's time to come back and say, well, you know what? She might have been. Well, did she? Yeah, she did. So, to get right down to it, let's just do it like Ashley does. Then you move over here to get it back into the group. And then Angel's like, that's absolutely not true, because I wouldn't have done anything just to be around y'all bitches. I know that's right. So Timu, he said, look, I'm about to get up out of here. I can't be around black people too long. It ain't but one of me, and it's more of them than it is of me. I know it's a couple of more that kind of beige-ish, but they ain't whitish. I'm sure that he has brought Stacey in the spaces where she was the only Negroid, but, I'm pretty sure she blended well with that voice and that flat booty. So now Angela's kind of concerned about the Colorado trip because, you asking me all these personal questions. Now you ready to get down to the get down and keep on playing these little stupid games. Even though I have to admit, I know y'all's dragging this show, calling it Poor Potomac and whatnot. But I love, not like that one that Robin had. Like this one right here. And not like that pickle event. This right here, this looked fun. I did. I look like I probably would have had fun at this. I'm not gonna even lie. But then again, I am Poor Potomac, so I wouldn't know. So, Stacey want to make sure everybody ate her potato salad, girl. So she said, Eddie, did you like my potato salad? Eddie's like, yeah, I like the potato salad. Now, mind you, this thing is running too damn long for my taste. But guess who's there? Guess who's back? Nah. Guess who's back? Ashley is over there with Sharice's son. Now, I said I was going to talk about this on this video. How creepy this is. I was like, do I feel some kind of way that Ashley is with Sharice's son? And she been knowing him since he was a baby? Yeah. Kind of creepy. However, in Big Head Darby's defense, he is a grown man. But I'm just saying. So now Sharice is feeling some kind of way. She's all over the press telling folks that this lady done molested her son in a way. Incestuously, if you will. Again, he is grown, but yeah, it is kind of like Ashley was kind of like those men who wait for the women to turn 18. Just kind of lurking in the damn bushes. So she tells her at the party, no less that, she done kissed up on her son and pushed up on her son. But, as I said, Sharice got into the doggone everything and everywhere, telling Carlos and everybody else. For some reason, Carlos loves Sharice. He done had interview after interview with her, and she could always call him up for her not to really answer any questions about anybody else but Giselle and Ashley. So now we meet Tia's sister, and she's outside child. So, Papa was Rolling Stone. So, he made some other children, a whole nother family. And Mama wasn't down for it. I ain't mad at Mama Tia. Good for her. Because I said it before and I say it again. The reason why men cheat is because we stay. So Timu and Stacey work out. And the only thing I wanted to say about this is that Stacey said she needs some more booty, and she does. And he's like, don't touch that booty, because he want to play. Like the Clark sword went. He probably wouldn't date her no more if she was tickle. So Angel is concerned because the bitches keep talking about her stuff. About them coming to Colorado. Ooh, girl, for what I saw about the Wonderland, you have no worries. They ain't used to good stuff anyway. I don't know why they acting. So, speaking of Papas and Rolling Stones, it's time to talk to Papa Wendy. And he said, oh, Wendy, no, let's not bring up things about me being in Nigeria without me seeing you. No, let's not talk about that. That is water under the bridge. We're going to talk about going forward. And she's when it just a grinning. Because what's been placed into American children's minds is that daddy is a superhero. Not all of them. Not all of them. Look at it. The very handsome Mr. Winnie Daddy. He very, very handsome. So that's why he only a sperm donor. He comes into our life and he don't really want to be in our life. But Wendy is excited. Excited to build a relationship with him. Because again, that's what we're told. Papa is a superhero even if he is a Rolling Stone. I bet you Wendy got some outside brothers and sisters out there too. So we talked to Giselle and her daughters, and we find out that Papa Graves, he he had a will, and in this will, he wanted to include Giselle and her children, but not according to Mama Graves. Stepmama Graves said no. We don't know y'all hoes, okay? So Giselle is feeling some kind of way, but she gonna fight this thing. I hope Giselle wins that, because in this country, that's, I don't like it when the super spouse gets to come in and wreck things because they were the spouse. And then, with this being a patriarchy, it's amazing how the children are excluded when it comes to a spouse. So Kiana's dumb ass moved back in with Greg and his dumb ass, and it's time for them to, christen their house. And let me give you gifts, my love. And he passes her our gifts, and she opens the gifts, and ain't none of that shit no ring. It's a picture frame. We gonna put our first picture in here. Child back. That damn Giselle said, Kiana, that man ain't gonna ever marry you because you have given up your power. You done moved back in with him, and now he gonna get tuss cat whenever he get ready to. He get to look at your pretty face whenever he get ready to, and you cook him breakfast and shit. So, hey, win-win for Mr. Gray. Okay, cool. Picture frame. Into each other's fire. You. Find your SpongeBob true at birth. So now it's time to go to Wendy's house, and we have everything decorated so beautifully, and the toilet paper is black. I do not want to get the UTI from the black toilet paper. No. But everything in the house is gorgeous, and we looking around as the viewers, and we like, what is this going on, Wendy? Why is all your stuff on display when you had those 67 fraudulent credit cards alleged? What's going on, girl? Why you show all this stuff? Or did they? Well, now you had to show it. So baby, this is turn up time. Turn up Wendy time, because we need some understanding. What I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate if I can't hear what you say? Because all this fraud and whatnot, I don't want it to be true. But the way they putting your stuff out here on display, I'm questioning you, girl. It looks suspicious. I'm just saying. So, before that last scene, Tia and her sister do meet for dinner, and they get back close. Now, let's get on to the last scene. So, Wendy, like I said, Mama Wendy comes over, and Ivy's with her. And we've gone through the house and looked at all the things, right? So, what I need to tell you, Mom, is that I spoke to Father. You spoke to who? Father. You spoke to your father? He get to come in after I work 4 jobs, and you call him father? No. He's no more than a sperm donor. Hold up. Before you go on, let me get my children out of here. Shout out to the color purple. Get my children out of here. What? Do not put your finger in my face. You are being disrespectful. Ivy, yes, you are being disrespectful to my mama. Don't do that. Now, wait a minute. Y'all up in my house. Hold up. You get to tell me what to do anywhere but up in my shit. Now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, mama, but you being disrespectful to my children. So let me get them on us there. So Eddie comes in and he's, you come over here to take up for your wife. No. I'm trying to keep the peace, mama. Let me get the children out. See, that's what they always do. They always ganging up on me. And they trying to, kick me from the sperm donor. We ain't supposed to have high expectations from the sperm donor. He get to come in and after I've done everything. He did not have you. I had you. I went to 63 hours worth of labor. I'm the one to go through all the labor. He does nothing. And then you want to see him? He is the one that you want to be with? Now, I'm about to tell you like I tell the rest of them. She's jealous. She's envious. And that happens to a lot of families when the mother has done everything for the children and you want to build relationships with the absentee parent. However, here's where I stand on it as a social worker. And I've intervened into many cases like this. The child, and even if the child is grown, still looks for validation from the absentee parent. And no matter how many yous and suck yous and this, that, and the third you tell Wendy, she longs for that relationship. Just because Ivy is over it, that doesn't mean Wendy is. I think Wendy is the baby, so that explains it. And Wendy could tell her, you know, I'm about to go to jail for your ass. Because in my opinion, I really do feel like Wendy is in all this financial upheaval because of her mother. Because she's trying to satisfy that need to please her for doing all she did for her. And that has caused Winnie to overspend, you know, giving her an allowance. I'm going to tell you something. My friend, and I hated her after she said this, but it was the truth. I used to give my mama full access. This is a true story. Full access to my account because that's what kids from Mississippi do when our parents have done so much, right? But one thing I had to think about, my bills had to be paid as well. My mama wasn't balancing my checking account. She didn't know what I had spent and what all I had to spend for the month because I only, at that time, it was my first job and I wasn't getting paid but once a month. She balanced for the amount of money she wanted to take out the account. So with us both taking monies out of the account, that would often leave me with pennies. So I had to reluctantly, with hurt feelings, take her off my damn account. Because she was pulling the Candy Berries, and I didn't have Candy Berries money. She rolled down there to the silver store on my dime. Oh, we ain't got to worry about it. She tell my sister. Oh, we ain't got to worry about it. I just about to check on DVD. So, I can see Wendy's point, but Wendy don't understand that she got to get her mom out her pockets, and that's part of her problem. Oh, I'm fit to go. I will leave. You do not want me here. I will go. Fuck you, Wendy. I am out of here. And so she bounces her little light-skinned self right on out the door. Now, everybody's online talking about how like she has become over the years, and I was like, yeah, you know that lady got vitiligo. Ain't that I go to thing when we turn light skin? Vitiligo. But that's neither here nor there. The episode ends with Wendy crying and telling Eddie they always do that to her, and they gang up on her, and she felt ganged up on between the mama and the sister, and Eddie was, comforting her as much as he could. Well, I mean, in this situation, like I said, they both had a point. And it's one thing that a in-house parent will never understand about an absentee parent. Most of the time, that child not only loves that absentee parent, they love the idea of building what they may have missed. And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed caring. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chalk them up. Deuces.